Hi guys, Arik is here, your Russian coach, and that's an advanced Russian speaking practice for you. We're going to continue listening to Tatiana Chernigovskaya, who is a neuroscientist, and she's talking about attention. First listening, you just listen. It's going to be about 1 minute of listening. And if you don't get much, don't worry, because our next step is going to be to go over the subtitles and actually explain everything, like pretty much every word, or at least most of the words, most of the expressions. So you will get it close to 100%. And then towards the end of the lesson, we'll have another listening. And you will see that your advanced Russian listening skills have improved big time. So now please listen for the first time.
Хорошо работающее внимание – это способность концентрации на тех объектах, которые сейчас нужно в это поле внимания ввести. На самом деле это довольно сложная способность. И вот Иван Петрович Павлов, когда много десятилетий тому назад такого рода вещи обсуждал, он такой привел пример метафорический. Это как бы фонарик, с помощью которого, вот такой луч фонарика, с помощью которого мы игнорируем те вещи, которые пусть продолжают находиться в темноте, и освещают те вещи, которые сейчас для нас важны. Это, кстати говоря, хороший образ. Он на самом деле так и происходит.
Okay, guys, now we are going to go over the vocabulary. So please prepare your papers, your pens, your written materials, so that we can actually write down whatever is happening here. We are starting with the word вот here.
Хорошо работающее внимание – это...
So we said that вот would be a filler word. So you do not need to translate that. And then she is saying, хорошо работающее внимание. So внимание, we learned it the last time, that would be the attention. Хорошо работающее, well working. Because хорошо, well, работающее, working. So well working attention.
Способность концентрации.
Это способность концентрации. Способность, if you do not know, please write it down. That's an ability. So that's an ability of concentration. Just notice, she doesn't say that's an ability to concentrate. Because концентрация, that's a noun. So that's an ability of concentration.
На тех объектах.
На тех объектах, on those objects. На тех means on those. Concentration on those objects.
Которые сейчас нужно в это поле внимания ввести.
Которые сейчас нужно в это поле внимания ввести. So those objects. Which, right? Которые means which. Сейчас нужно. Now it's needed. So нужно is an impersonal word, but it means it is needed. There is a need. And поле means field. Here she means field of attention, because she says поле внимания. And ввести means to include or to insert something. So ввести, please write down this word. Include, insert. So now if we combine it all together, look how it works. So that's an ability of concentration on those objects.
Которые сейчас нужно.
Those now, those objects which now there is a need.
В это поле внимания ввести.
In this field of attention, include. That would be the Russian structure, but in English, the ability of concentration on those objects which there is a need to insert or to include in our field of attention. That is the meaning.
На самом деле это довольно сложная способность.
Okay, and then she says, just a second.
На самом деле это довольно...
На самом деле means actually or in reality. So that's на самом деле. It's a very common expression. So in reality.
Сложная
Это довольно сложная способность, she is saying. Довольно means quiet. So that's quite сложно. You know what сложно means? Complicated. That's quite a complicated
способность.
ability. Quite a complicated ability.
И вот Иван Петрович Павлов,
So what again, filler word, and Ivan Petrovich Pavlov,
когда много десятилетий тому назад такого рода вещи обсуждал,
когда много десятилетий тому назад такого рода вещи обсуждал. So when many decades, so десятилетие means decades, десятилетие, that would be a decade. When many decade, тому назад means back. So when many decades back, it goes together, тому назад. Такого рода вещи обсуждал. Такого рода means that kind of, or this kind of, because rod means kind. So this kind of things discussed. Now that's a Russian structure, because in Russian it's really flexible. In English that would sound when Ivan Petrovich Pavlov, when he discussed these kind of things many decades back,
он такой привел пример.
Он такой привел пример. Now, такой means such. Привел пример, that's an expression meaning gave an example. So, он такой привел пример would mean he gave such an example.
Метафорический.
Metaphorический, metaphorical. Like such a metaphorical example.
Это как бы фонарик.
So here should be fanatic. That's a wrong wrong transcript, but fanatic with k. Это как бы фонарик. Как бы means kind of, or as if. So это как бы фонарик. It's a kind of a fanatic. That would be a torchlight. It's a kind of or flashlight even. Flashlight, sorry. So, это как бы фонарик. So, that's a kind of a flashlight.
С помощью которого вот такой луч.
Okay, and then she says, you do not see it here. I don't know why, but the machine did not catch it. But that с помощью которого, it means with the help of which. С помощью которого. Yeah, with the help of which. So that's a flashlight. It's like a flashlight. With the help of which. And then she starts kind of from the beginning. Вот такой луч фонарика. Вот такой means that kind of. And луч means a beam. So луч фонарика would mean a beam of a flashlight. So вот такой луч фонарика, it would mean such a beam of flashlight.
Фонарика, с помощью которого мы.
С помощью которого, okay, now she repeats, с помощью которого, with the help of which. С помощью которого, you can write it down, with the help of which, so it's a kind of a beam. He's talking about our attention. So it's like a flashlight. It's a kind of a beam of flashlight, луч фонарика, с помощью которого, with the help of which.
Игнорируем те вещи.
Мы игнорируем те вещи, so we are ignoring those things. Те вещи, right? Те means those, вещи means things. We ignore those things,
которые пусть продолжают находиться в темноте,
которые, which, пусть продолжают находиться в темноте. So пусть means let them, or let him. So we ignore those things which let them continue staying in the darkness. She's kind of talking about our thoughts. Те вещи, которые пусть продолжают находиться в темноте. So those things which, and then he's assuming our point of view, let them continue, продолжают. Находиться means situated or located. So let them continue being located in the dark.
И освещают те вещи, которые.
So here should be освещает, because she's talking about a beam of a flashlight, which is our attention. И освещает, so освещает, that should be singular. lightens up or makes bright, освещать. So the proper word in English would be illuminate. Sorry, just forgot this word. So находиться в темноте, so to remain in the darkness, and it illuminates те вещи, those things which
сейчас для нас важны.
those things that are now for us important. That's not in English, but you get it, right?
Это, кстати говоря, хороший образ.
Это, кстати говоря, хороший образ. So that, это means that. Кстати говоря, by the way. Yeah, so please write it down as an expression. Кстати говоря, by the way. Хороший образ. Образ means image. So that, by the way, is a good image. Meaning comparing our attention with the flashlight. That's what she means. On на самом деле means really, in reality. So it, and on here means образ, like the image. It really.
Так и происходит.
Он на самом деле так и происходит. It really.
Вот сейчас 25.
Он на самом деле так и происходит. No, actually, on here, I wouldn't say that it relates to obras. It relates more to the process of attention. Because she says, он на самом деле так и происходит. Так и means that way. That way, так и. So, он на самом деле так и происходит would be, it really is happening that way. Meaning that we use our attention as a beam of a flashlight. Now let's go over this part again, and I'm just going to translate with the subtitles, and then I'm going to play it one more time without subtitles, and you're going to get it very, very, very well. Just a second. So we are starting from here, and by the way, I'm going to put the timing below this video, the link to the original video from YouTube by that woman, and also the timing, which part we worked on. So I'm just going to put it below so that you can listen to it repetitively in case you want to do that. I would highly recommend, so that you enhance your comprehension. So, вот хорошо работающее внимание. So here, the attention that is working well.
Это способность
Well-working attention, that's an ability
концентрации
of concentration
на тех объектах,
on those objects,
которые сейчас нужно в это поле внимания ввести.
on those objects which now there is a need into this field of attention to insert.
На самом деле это довольно сложная
На самом деле, so in reality, это довольно сложно, so that's really complicated
способность.
Ability.
И вот Иван Петрович Павлов,
And Ivan Petrovich Pavlov, what is a filler word? Ivan Petrovich Pavlov,
когда много десятилетий тому назад, так,
when many decades back,
такого рода вещи обсуждал,
he discussed these kind of things.
он такой привел пример
He gave such an example,
метафорический.
metaphorical.
Это как бы фонарь,
This is, it's as if a flashlight.
с помощью которого
So just reminding you that it should be fanatic with K.
вот такой луч,
С помощью которого, with the help of which, you do not see it here, вот такой луч, such a beam,
фонарика, с
such a beam of a flashlight,
помощью которого мы
с помощью которого, with the help of which,
игнорируем те вещи,
we are ignoring those things
которые пусть продолжают находиться,
which let them remain. Находиться basically means to remain. So it might also mean located, but here remain would fit as well. Пусть продолжают находиться, so let them continue remaining.
в темноте,
Let them continue to remain in the darkness.
и освещают те вещи,
There should be освещает with the, and it illuminates, this beam of flashlight illuminates those things
которые сейчас для нас важны.
which are important for us now.
Это, кстати говоря, хороший образ. Он
That, by the way, is a good image.
на самом деле так и происходит.
So it, на самом деле, so in reality, it happens this way. Так и происходит means it happens in such a way. Now, I personally think that she wanted to continue about obraz, about image, and here it should have been 3 dots on, but then she kind of jumps to another thought, and then she says, на самом деле так и происходит. So in reality, it happens in such a way. Okay, guys, and now let's watch another time. So I will turn the subtitles off, and we will move it back, and you will see that you will get it much, much better now.
Вас смущает. Вот хорошо работающее внимание – это способность концентрации на тех объектах, которые сейчас нужно в это поле внимания ввести. На самом деле это довольно сложная способность. И вот Иван Петрович Павлов, когда много десятилетий тому назад такого рода вещи обсуждал, он такой привел пример метафорический. Это как бы фонарик, с помощью которого, вот такой луч фонарика, с помощью которого мы игнорируем те вещи, которые пусть продолжают находиться в темноте, и освещают те вещи, которые сейчас для нас важны. Это, кстати говоря, хороший образ. Он на самом деле так и происходит.
Okay, guys, so did you spot the difference? I hope you did. We will see each other at the next lesson. And if you want to improve your Russian, you can contact me and we can have a free Zoom conversation, measure the level of your Russian, and I'll give you some tips and direction to the resources that are going to help you big time according to your particular level and needs. So do not hesitate. The first meeting is for free and with no obligation on your part. Later on, if you want us to have private lessons, those are paid lessons, but the first meeting is always for free. So thank you very much, and we'll see each other hopefully on Zoom or at the next lesson. Ciao, ciao.